What's up, all you wonderful cosplayers and prop masters? Today I want to go over real quickly the Spartacus build that I started 2 years ago and never finished because I fell into a slump and became a depressed bum. Anyway, so this armor is based on Spartacus War of the Damned that Liam McIntyre wears as Spartacus pretty much throughout the whole season. It is a red leather breastplate with adornments and some leather pauldrons, some metal arm cuffs, and then some leather vambraces. And then it's got this big fat leather belt thing. Now I'm describing his armor in the show. My armor is made of EVA foam for the most part, and belts that I managed to scrape up at a thrift store. Except for these belts, I replaced the ones I used previously with some EVA foam belts that I custom made by cutting them to form and heating them and pressing sandpaper in to give it sort of a leathery-ish looking texture. This is the sword I built for it out of aluminum and wood. Just sandwiched the aluminum on there and grinded and sanded it to shape. I don't hate it, but it could certainly be better. Plus, I also need something that I could safely carry around in a convention, because that is what us nerds do. This scabbard is based in EVA foam, but it's wrapped in a fabric and then a little bit of leather, some belts, kind of a twine, and some beads that I threw on there. It looks a lot like the real thing from the show, but unfortunately with my new 3D designed and printed swords that I recently did, that's another video, this scabbard will not work for that. It's going to be too thick. So, I'll probably leave this whole unit as is and build a better one. So, EVA, about a 1/2 inch. I carved in with a Dremel the musculature here and let these adornments, these leather pieces shaped like some sort of strange dragon bird, phoenix thing. I'm actually going to strip this entire thing down and I'm going to rework the muscles. I'm going to do some serious sanding in there so it just looks a lot better, especially like right here. I don't know. I just need to do better. The fringes, all the ends here on the original costume, they're almost like folded outward and they have little splits on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a blade and I'm going to skive the edges here, make it appear as if it were just a thinner piece all around, and then I'll kind of heat those and pull them out, whatever. It'll look cool by the time that's done, theoretically. I'm going to rehash probably this whole belt situation down here. And in the back here, things look pretty good back here. The texture work I did, even though it's probably a little exaggerated, I do like how that turned out. I used aluminum foil after heating you heat a small area with a hairdryer or a heat gun, and you press in crumpled up aluminum. You've probably seen 12 other videos about that same technique. Same on these pauldrons, same technique. But this whole back area, I'm gonna just rework. It's all gonna be stripped out. I'm gonna replace this 1/2 inch EVA, probably with some leather. And I'm trying to decide what I'd really like to do with this whole piece is make it look like it gets placed on layer by layer. But in reality, I just want a singular piece that I can slip into and out of as needed. That's the goal there. So it's figuring out, like, for example, connecting these pauldrons to a certain spot on there where they're supposed to be. These belts that come down and around. If I can slip into them, wherever I attach them, if I can slip in and get it on, then great. If not, I'm gonna have to come up with something else. Then also figure out this back situation here. Like, whatever I end up doing, this whole piece will probably just be fully attached, and there will be some sort of breaks underneath where it's elastic or Velcro or something, but that's part of the challenge, and I will document as we go what I end up doing to accomplish that. The rest of the costume, I mean, it's most of the rebel army in Spartacus. They wear some sort of Speedo-looking thing, some sort of metallic athletic cup thing. I don't know. I'll do something similar, but a little more maybe modest. Instead of just a little Speedo, I'm probably going to do something more like a boxer brief. And he also has kind of some skirting that comes out under the belt. I'll probably just extend that down so I don't feel like I'm just freeballing it out there. Yeah, but it's going to be a lot of fun putting this together. But as I've also shown on other videos, this is just part of this cosplay. Another important part of the cosplay is that I get this in shape. So yeah, that's probably the one that requires a little more work and a lot more discipline. So I've got my work cut out for me. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will join me in the rest of this build. Be good to each other out there. And as always, be inspired.